This is the one that was actually written for my nephew when he was very young. And it mentions, there's 4 movies that I kind of make subtle reference to. So your job is to see if you can pick them out. 3 of them are Disney movies, and 1 is not. Okay. There may be a quiz on this later. It's called, originally I called it The Land of Here and Now, but later I changed the title to Where the Heart Decides. Because you remember how Liz was talking a couple weeks ago about how your thoughts originate in your heart and then go to your brain and stuff like that. So, okay. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, and very far away across the sea, there was a land called Here and Now, where some people lived a lot like you and me. They'd all agree we make our way. In a world of setbacks and surprise, we choose our play. Sometimes we choose it by ourselves, sometimes we need a little help. Sometimes we hear the others beg us not to stray. And we must heed the voice that helps us make the choice, so that the cricket in our conscience can take pride and feel the warmth of our decisions deep inside. Though you may find your place at sea or deep in space, whether it's sailboats or spaceships when you ride, you'll do what's right in cases where the heart decides. We make our stand as we go through trials and triumphs not quite like we planned. Sometimes the oak tree that we plant grows up to be an elephant, but then that pachyderm will fly and safely land. Sometimes the effort spent was not the course we meant, but then the piper at the gates of dawn will guide the steps that lead us to our goal once we decide. Though you may find your place at sea or deep in space, whether it's sailboats or spaceships when you ride, you'll do what's right in cases where the heart decides. We help our friends, for we know in times of need on them our life depends. Sometimes the help they need to live may seem like more than we can give, but when we've given up on them, our own life ends. Sometimes the duckling spurned becomes a swan in turn, and she'll accept us and protect us under wing, and teach respect for each most precious living thing. Though you may find your place at sea or deep in space, whether it's sailboats or spaceships when you ride, you'll do what's right in cases where the heart decides. You'll do what's right in cases where the heart decides. Okay, did we get the movies?
Dumbo?
Dumbo was one. Yeah, the elephant. What does it say? The elephant flying safely land. Pinocchio. Jimmy Cricket. Somebody caught that. Okay. There's 2 more.
The Ugly Duckling.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's not a Disney movie. That was from Hans Christian Andersen with Danny Kaye. Everybody remember Danny Kaye? Yeah. And he just beautifully told that. That's one of my favorite children's stories of all time, is the Ugly Duckling. There's one more in here. I got that one.
Got it.
Huh?
And none of us got it.
The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Any Anybody remember The Piper at the Gates of Dawn? I think Pink Floyd did a song called The Piper at the Gates of Dawn.
That's what I recognize from.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm way ahead of you. Back a long time ago, somebody wrote, Kenneth Graham wrote a book called The Wind in the Willows.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that with Mr. Toad and Frog and Rat and all those? Okay, well, I don't want to take up too much time here, but about halfway through the book, they lose their little baby. I don't remember if it's the baby rat or the baby whoever, and they can't find them. So Rat and Mole, I think it is, hop in their little boat and go off in search of this little baby. And they get very tired, and they get to be not asleep, but kind of half asleep, you know, and they make a long story short. This is one chapter in the middle of the book, and it's just beautifully written. They're kind of half asleep, and they finally see this vision of like Pan, you know, playing his pipes. But they're not really sure if this person is really there or not. He's like a demigod or something like that, and they're in the lap of the piper is the little baby. So that's The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. If you ever get a chance, go back and reread Wind in the Willows and look for that chapter.